What is up, y'all? What is up? It's your girl, AJ, the TV Junky, back with another Reasonable Doubt Quick Thoughts. We're talking season 3. This is episode 5, entitled Threat. And when I tell y'all that there were threats everywhere, there were threats everywhere. It's 7 p.m. rap. It's 95 degrees. Now, before we go ahead and dive in, do not forget that we are going live twice tonight to talk about it. If you missed the one at 6:15 Central Standard Time, then you can catch the other one that's going to be at 8:30 Central Standard Time. Now, listen, y'all. We finally figured out who Alex is, right? And y'all, I thought this man was harboring some deep, dark, homosexual secret or something. But turns out Alex is just a drug dealer and a has-been and a wannabe and doing too doggone much. So there's that. But I still think that there's more to the story. Something Ozzy may not even know. Something that the sister's been holding out and hasn't said yet, because that whole $10,000 and them trying to get the $100,000, I don't think that Ozzy even knows about this, y'all. And speaking of the sister, Daniel doing way too much, I feel like Daniel needs to pump the brakes and stop. This is going to blow up in his face. When he missed that call from Jax, when she wanted him to look into something, and then there we go with Monica actually throwing that sweatshirt away. There was just a lot going on, because now I'm confused again, y'all. Listen, we got to figure out who done did it. Now, meanwhile, we have Jax's defense game is super strong, y'all. She completely dismantled Alex's testimony. Like she obliterated his testimony, y'all. Seriously. And because he got immunity for the drug charges, everything he said kind of comes out shaky anyway. He placed himself at the scene, not Ozzy. So all he really did was like create what one might say was reasonable doubt, because literally you just exposed that you were there, but no one can really corroborate that Ozzy was there. And you even said that when you were with him, and he was on drugs, he was in and out of it. I'm just saying, this is not looking good for you, Alex, in my opinion. So there's that. And again, that $10K payoff from the sister and her trying to scrape together $100,000. Yeah, there's something else going on with that, y'all. And I'm sure we'll figure it out at some point. Now, Louis, sir, what are you doing? You out here telling Jax's daddy like he's some kind of threat, like you're like this B-list detective, and then you're trying to pull Daniel into this as well. Let that woman have her relationship with her father, y'all. You're trying to save her from something that she's not asking you to save her from. And then we go back to the problem, the communication problem. Louis, get it together. Now, Mama Jax, girl, doing the absolute most, doing way too much. Jax came to her, y'all, calm, respectful, grown woman style. And then Mama just kind of flipped it and tried to make it about her. Like, did nobody tell you to First of all, did nobody tell you to tell my daddy anything? If he wants to have a relationship with me or know anything about me and my life, then let me be the one to tell him, not you sitting up here pillow talking with him, because that's what it was given, pillow talk. I didn't like it. Mama Jack, sit down somewhere. Now, let's not forget that Daniel and Crystal's little nasty thing conversation, y'all, that was like the cutest thing, I'll have to admit. But at the end of the day, I still don't trust Daniel with this sister, but I am loving that we're getting all of this courtroom tension again. But the thing is that Bill versus Jack showdown, it still hasn't really popped off yet. And we know that it's coming. We're only halfway through the season, but I feel like we still have that big moment that has to happen. There were definitely some other things that went down in this episode that are worth mentioning. The confrontation with Jax and Monica. It feels like Jax is basically, it feels like her trauma, she's kind of taking it on through, like, the trauma that she had, she kind of sees it in Ozzy. And I think that when the prosecution asked for help from the former prosecutor, and he tells him that one of her weaknesses is that she always basically like gets too emotionally caught up in her client's guilt or innocence. And I think that that's what the case is here. I think she truly believes that Ozzy is innocent, but she also is not feeling the way that he's been treated, and she feels sorry for him and she wants to protect him. That's why she goes to Monica the way that she does. And then when Monica tries to throw that back at her, I'm just like, girl, no, like, let's not do that. But here's the big kicker, y'all. There was a moment in one episode where someone says that the moment that Ozzy no longer trusts Jax is going to be when there's a problem. Well, Jax does confront Ozzy about the Monica situation, and she says that she's not going to say anything to his parents. Something is telling me that it's going to get back to his parents somehow, some way, which is going to cause the distrust with Ozzy, which I feel like is honestly going to be something that Bill is going to do. I feel like that's where the contention is going to be created, because if he can create that, and then he goes back, and then when Ozzy finds out that his parents know about it, he's coming straight to Jax, and he's no longer going to trust Jax at all. And I feel like there's where we're going to have like some climax at. So y'all, this entire episode was really, really good. This entire episode was, I would say, was top tier. I feel like it just keeps getting better and better and better as we go on. I literally have no clue who did the unaliving, none whatsoever. And I think that's a good thing when you think it's one person and then you go to another person and then you back over here at another person when you just have no clue. So for that reason, listen, I'm in it. But for right now, in this week, I don't know. I think I am really conflicted. I want to say that it's Monica, but I also think that her assistant, because her assistant took over that business 3 days after Wendy was reported missing. That's crazy, y'all. So I think there's also that. I think she kind of comes back to the forefront for me as well. And I never quite took the sister off the table, but now she's kind of looking sketch too. Like, everybody back on the table for me. I was at Monica being number one, but I don't know, y'all. I need to know who y'all think did it. And do y'all think Ozzy actually was the one who did it? Do you think that Monica knows that Ozzy did it in like a drug state of mind, and then she's trying to protect him by burning his sweatshirt? Or do you think that that's just too simple and that it has to be something else? So anyway, go ahead and drop your thoughts in the comments. And do not forget that we're going live tonight at 6:15 and then again around 8:15. The early shows where we keep it real classy, y'all. The late ones where we cut up and act a fool. So your choice. Now, also, don't forget to hit the like, share, and subscribe. Check out the Discord. The new Patreon tiers are going to be available soon as well. And my collab channel with TDT, my girl Tika. Definitely check it all out. All of this will be in the description, and I will talk to you guys later. Peace.